Well, several Iowa agencies are checking in on sex offenders this week, making sure they're following the rules set by the state. Emily Schrad from our affiliate in Cedar Rapids rode along with law enforcement to see what they found.
Officers with multiple agencies knocked on hundreds of doors, checking in on the more than 300 sex offenders registered in Linn County.
We're just making sure all the sex offenders here in Linn County are compliant. If they're not compliant, we're bringing them back into compliancy.
U.S. Marshals say the operation is two-pronged: compliance and enforcement.
Half of the guys are focused on ensuring that the sex offenders remain in compliance, or the other half of the guys are out on the ground and they are working the enforcement piece.
And authorities say it's all about the safety of the community.
Sex offenders just have a high likelihood of reoffending just based on why they want to offend and their predication to offend on kids especially.
Leaders with the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation say agencies try to do these compliance checks at least once a year, but timing can vary by districts.
It's essentially for community safety, ensuring that the offenders are actually residing at the residence they're residing at and the residence they're approved to reside at. And so it keeps everyone safe in the community.
Marshals say offenders have to maintain a registration on things like where they live, any vehicle they may have, social media accounts. And if they're not compliant, a warrant can be issued for their arrest.
If you think anyone is possibly reoffending or out of compliance, or there's just a person that you don't really recognize normally in your neighborhood or community, don't hesitate to reach out to the authorities and they can investigate.
So it's important to understand where they're living, make sure they're in compliance, that they're meeting their end of the bargain of being released from prison.
Now, out of the 379 sex offenders in Linn County, 9 of them were found to be non-compliant, and police arrested 2 of them this week.